First of all, I just want to say thank you, God. I'm listening to these little clowns contracted to try to gaslight me, and these little nothings. When you hear some childlike individuals telling you we're proud of that, and sounding like kids who just like they haven't even finished school. Tell me what she proved it to try to make me subscribe to this. Like, do you even hear yourself? If you go watch my videos, I invite these clowns to do to show who's proving. I'm not going to allow some little tantrum childlike individual try to live in a little fantasized reality. Wanting to be taken serious when she's just a little nothing. Go look at yourself in the mirror and then ask yourself who can prove when you. Tiger individual, you gotta be strong. Understand the reality what you're part of. There's a lot of target individual I've mentioned. There's a lot of childlike individual in this. A lot of teenage attitude. A lot of childish individual participating in the whatever is going to go in through your brain. Understand that these clowns are nothings. Hopefully you can hear them coughing and doing the little theatric, thinking that's what's going to make me think I'm not going to be manipulated. Like I'm going to be subscribing to that. To me, yesterday you probably watched a video of me going out there. It was all kind of clowns walking around, making me think that they're investigative, little trash. You know how insulting it is. They don't even have a conscience of what they even look like. Just imagine some 17-year-old telling you that they're analyzing your brain and they're now manipulating your brain. And it's a study that consists of this feminist group of people and try to convince you that they've proved that what you're experiencing is not the alteration of your mind, but it's part of their etudes. It's trying to say research in French. Do you know how delusional it is? And then when they manipulate you, having little coughing, it's like, stumps. Then try to be like, no, there's something. There's like, yeah, there's some regress individual try to convince me that the program that's known to be rewiring the brain is not happening here. That this just them mapping my brain. You know what? It's gonna work. I'm convinced. And then when they just humiliated, they go into like the tantrum ways of just try to gaslight you. Say, no, they proved it. Go F yourself, you little retard. And I don't care your little tantrum, your toddler ways of just like being frustrated. I'm never gonna let you leave your fantasy. No, I welcome you to present yourself and try to gaslight me. You'll see who's proving it. It's not gonna look good. Yesterday I was walking by, and you see the last video. Everybody's trying to gaslight me. Those little girls, little babies, little boys, stimulating me, doing all these manipulations. And I was like, I was never gonna subscribe to that. Everybody was looking at their phone, acting like, and I'm like, look at this guy. He was trying to think. He was trying to look at his phone, like, oh my gosh, like, shut up. I know what you guys do to the brain. Clown. He was trying to turn around, be like all agitated, looking at me. It was like, and I was like on the camera, like, this clown is behaving this way because this kid just walked by. They played with my brain, and then they looked at their phones, like, oh my gosh. That's why he's acting. Oh, I just saw that. I was like, I'm never gonna internalize this. I know what you're doing to my brain. Then you have some the most immature human being try to gaslight you into accepting this. Telling you we proved it. No, I swear to God, we did. Via voice to call. So right now I wake up. But before that, they were making me imagine. Like, it's all imaginative, and then give me stimulations like, oh, you see, my little girls will feel this way. I'm like, okay, yeah, I wonder where, you wouldn't twist that like that. Making me imagine random things. then include children, and then when children comes, little boys, they let it be normal, and then little girls, they simulate me, create stimulation. It's like, oh, we proved it. Look, we mapped it. This is what happened. Basically, they want you to think that these people who are known to be manipulating the brain in these imaginative, disturbing ways will not twist that in the way they've known to rewire the imagination, the thought process, the brain in these degrading ways, but will give you a neutral assessment of these imaginations that they're creating. Then they act all agitated the way they're supposed to think that that's what's going to be gaslighting, what's going to work in the gaslighting. Then talk about their cruel, this little trash or nothing. They just, but they find, I think they call a banal cruelty. It's when cruelty is so facilitated that anybody can participate in it. It's like in genocides or things like where the norm is to do these evil, cruel things. That's banal. That's like you can go do the evilness, the cruelty of cruelty, and then go grab a coffee. Because this is something that's systematic. It's not somebody who on its own do something cruel. It's a societal kind of like incentive to be cruel that has normalized this. So I'm hearing this teenage retard in this facility cruelty talk about, yeah, well, our cruelty. It's like, I know whose cruelty it is. You little retard like you're nothing. I keep trying to think that kept walking around me. It's like we mapped it. And I would love for them to look at themselves as they tell me they mapped it, what they look like. I love to have themselves have the visual of what they look like. And they'll see how the mental retardation that I deal with. The retardation in the flesh here. So I welcome them. They were under the impression that, as children, you allowed them to be delusional in this facilitated cruelty. Me? No. I know they facilitate that evil, that cruelty, but you're gonna be recognized for the cruelty that you're part of. And then you come your tantrum, you'll see what you've created is not even about tantrum, it's about fanaticness. Look trashy, nothing that play rape victims. You see the thing about the teenager. I'm not even gonna bring that up right now in this video. I just want to bring up what they were making me imagine right now with these little babies. Actually, not too long ago, there was like some barber that's 16. They were trying to stimulate me just because she's 16 years old. Just like, because I'm scrolling down my barbershop and boom, 16, and they stimulate me. They didn't even let me process anything. They're like, oh, but you see, they didn't even recognize immediately that it took you a little bit longer. Trash ass. Bring these retards. They really want you to live in that absurdity. To internalize it. The stupidness of how they want you to think they're assessing. That's what they use this childlike people. They want you to regress mentally. They want you to be mentally on a spectrum. Then you hear this grown man try to make you the same story. He's like, listen to you, the sad, he's disgusting, sad fuck. Your grown men start sounding like a child. And you're using your grown man voice too. Some trash bottom feeders. I'll call them the bottom feeders that they are. They're bottom feeders for pedophiles. The entities mapping me. Running this program is not some retard, even a mature tantrum toddler like it's a teenager who acts like a toddler. We mapped you, just to get mad. Having like a tantrum of a toddler. as a teenager. Even the teenage kids have regressed. Frustrated, like a kid, just a little kid that's just like that doesn't have their ways. Like, I want it. For me, they talk to me via V2K in this way. It's like, yeah, we're mad, and you get more mad. Trash. Me, I have no sympathy. I detest the little fucking teenage shit. To me, I'm disturbed by it. The babies, I can't really hate them because they use the little babies running around and saying some crazy stuff, but they're just little kids that don't know any better. Like they're the babies, I can't even get mad. Matter of fact, sometimes it's kind of like it's almost like I know they say some disturbing things, but it's just like I almost want to laugh because it's like a little baby saying some evilness, but they don't even know what it is. I don't hate these little children. The teenage trash though. Ooh, this trash. No. Oh damn! I'm. I detest this trash. Oh. And they become like the tantrum of they start having the tantrum of these little babies. Say that they try to create some, and they like get mad like we're mad. It's our money. It's our money. It's our money. Yesterday on my way out, it's funny because today they were just trying to play my brain. There was like little kids and the parents. I'm glad I don't have children because I couldn't live this life dealing with this horror with children. I'm so thankful for all the Tiger Major with kids. I'm sorry. That is the hardest part. I could be tortured worse than you. I can be radiant worse than you. I can be sick, get sick of the worse than you. But to have children being part of this program and being targeted, that is the evil. That's another level of evilness. So I feel bad for them. There is nothing that can be comparable in regard of whatever torture I'm going to go through than doing that to women and children, or doing that to family with children, and seeing your own child getting seizure, blinded, diseased, fainting, suffocating, all this thing, and you can do nothing about it. And you're the parents, and being that helpless. That's the true definition of being helpless. So I'm thankful. That's not me. I do not want to have children at this point. I'm very okay with that. But of course, like most men and women, you always wanted to have some children at some point, have a legacy of some sort. So when I see these little babies, little kids, I'm like, I'm gonna miss out on being a father, but I'm super okay with that. I could not deal with that situation with this. But they're twisting this disgustingness, manipulating it to make me have these stimulations like, oh no, because we want to do these things. Like, no, you just manipulate my brain this way. You've been rewiring this disgustingness. Like, oh, you like kids. Talk about the way they want me to like kids in this degrading, disgusting way. The way the entities running this program like kids. So they'll keep messing with my brain in these degrading ways. Making me imagine this nasty manipulation and sending this tantrum, toddler, teenage trash. Like they teenagers, or at least like childlike, teenage-like individual, but act like tantrum, like toddlers. Try to gaslight me. It's like, yeah, wow. I was like, yeah, okay, retard. I'm sorry for the crude word, but that's why I'm trying to call. I'm going to use better word. Regressed minded. Truly regressed. Thinking I'm gonna let her just, yeah, we are. I just said we are. Why else can we be? It's like, you freaking retard. Sorry, you freaking regressed. That's how this childlike individual talked to me. Can you imagine? They don't even know, like, they don't even assess the situation. Like, you think you're gonna talk to somebody like that who's like that much older than you, and they're gonna be like, yeah, you are. Yeah. You retards. So they were making me imagine all kind of nastiness where it's all the imaginative things that they twist in their fashion giving. When they were doing their opportunities, they create their thoughts and then make me have these experiences and create like, yeah, okay, yeah, I didn't see that coming. This is natural thought process. I know what you guys gonna do. You're gonna make me have these experiences. And they start off with some random thoughts. You live there and that, and then somebody works with you, and then that person brings kids, and then boom, stimulation. Little girls being stimulation. It's like, yeah, we're mad, Ted. Send children. Let me just say, mentally regressed individual. Not just children. Children that even behave more younger than they, to try to gaslight you. And I say try because it's not working. You just frustrate. You just find it turns you into a fanatic. And then they tell you just because you don't respect them, they tell you how they're gonna frame you. It's like, yeah, okay, well, do you see? Because you mapped it too much. And you know how they're gonna frame you? They're gonna have children playing rape victims. And be like, yeah, see, because they are something there. It's like, yeah, okay. Now the people who literally telling you, they're gonna frame you with children, right? No, right? It's too much, too analytical. Trash. So let me just stay strong. This facilitated evil that's run by this governmental program can make anybody participate, and you don't have to be impressive. It could have been you. You don't have to be impressive. It could have been you. You can be a scientist to some retard graduating high school. Anybody, even babies. Anybody can participate. It's so facilitated. The machine is the machine. Whoever participates in that doesn't need to be any impressive of any sort. They make me think of this. I was saying yesterday when I was walking, there's like this maybe like a 10-year-old kind of big girl just walking, just like, happy. They start stimulating me. The guy in front of me just look at his phone, and I'm like, and I'm like, I have my body cam. Like, look at this clown. I want you look. He wants to act this way because he wants me to identify with this. I will never allow them to even think that I don't think I'm being manipulated. Stay strong. These little cowards. And the way they even with me, I love the way they talk, because it reminds me of like high school like trolling. And for me, they utilize a lot of this like thick ass feminist that you'll see picture of. That, yeah, he'll talk to you. Yeah. It's like, okay, you just want me to stop bringing up the fact that I'm not internalizing this nasty manipulation, right? Okay, nice try. I won't need to talk, but I will never internalize to this manipulation, no matter how you talk. Target me just as strong.